What's up, everybody? I'm Tim from Timber Ridge Gifts. So with Valentine's Day coming up, it's a great opportunity to cash in and add some new candles to our candle line. And one of the coolest ways we can do that is with these layered pillar candles. And with just a few supplies and a little bit of time, I'm going to show you just how simple these are to make. So let's go ahead and set this aside. Check out the supplies we're going to need. So first things first is the wax that we're going to need. You're going to want to use just any type of pillar blend. I prefer the EcoSoya PB pillar blend from Candle Science. We need some type of candle dye. We're going to be using bright pink from Nature's Items. Going to need a few pre-tabbed wicks, a little bit of mold release, just a baking pan or cookie sheet, and most importantly, we're going to be using cookie cutters. The set I'm using comes in a set of 6 heart-shaped cookie cutters in 6 different sizes. I will leave links in the video description where you guys can find these. It's actually with Valentine's Day coming up. I actually found these at Walmart for 98 cents a pack. And you can do this with a single cookie cutter. It's going to be a lot more work. So if you're able to get your hands on one of these sets, I would definitely suggest that. That's really all we're going to need. So let's go ahead and clear the table, put all this together. I'll show you just how simple this is to make. So we've got our dye and our candle wax melted down. We're going to melt at 150. We're going to pour at about 120. Before we do that, we need to go and get our pan or cookie sheet ready. To do that, we're just going to take a little bit of a mold release. Just lightly coat the pan, just to make sure that our wax isn't going to stick. We're going to be making fairly thin pieces, so we want to give it every chance we can of releasing from the pan without breaking. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and pour our wax. Before we do that, we can go ahead and open up our molds. Here you go, give you guys a better look at it. Now all we're going to want to do at this point is just kind of eyeball where we're going to need to fill this up to. We don't want to make it too thin because it'll break, but we also don't want to make it too thick because it will overfill our molds or our cookie cutters and the shapes won't come out right. So we're going to put it in there, just kind of eyeball it. You can actually mark it if you need to. I've got mine marked from earlier. So now we're just going to go ahead and pour to our fill line. You want to make sure your pan is nice and level. Now a couple different options at this point. If you only have one cookie cutter, you basically just wait until this dried enough to where you could cut out each individual shape. It's hard to describe the consistency. It's going to take a lot of playing with and guesswork on your part. So if you're able to get a hold of the set, definitely much better. So we have the set, so we're going to go and utilize that. For now, we're just going to drop each piece in. So we've got our cookie cutters set in our wax. Now we're just going to wait for this to dry. So our wax is completely dried. That's what we're left with. Now all that's left to do is just go ahead and pop these out of the pan. Mold release work like a charm. They pop right out. And now we can just pop each layer out of the cookie cutter. And we're left with a little bit of wax that we can always remelt and use on another project or make another batch of these. Now to put these together, we're going to use our pre-tabbed wick. Obviously we're going to need a hole for our wick though. A couple different ways we can do that. We can always just heat up a metal rod and poke it through. Or my favorite way, we can use our power drill. We've got our wick holes drilled. Now all that's left to do is just put our candle together. Now you can leave it free floating, or you can add a bit of melted wax between each layer to hold them in place. That's not a necessary step though. Once you get these put together, just set it. As long as you don't manipulate it, move it around, knock it over, they'll stay just fine. If you were to burn it, they'll burn just fine, just the way it is. So you don't have to actually glue them together, but you can if you want to. And there is as basic as we can make it. This is just one of each size with a single color. Now if we wanted to get a little bit more creative with it, we can use different sizes and colors, or multiple colors of the same size, or we can add a spiral design to it. And if we wanted to really get crazy, we can get an extra long wick and just keep adding as many layers as we want to. I guarantee you, you're never going to find a pillar mold with this exact design, but by using this method, a few supplies, and just a little bit of time and effort, you can put out awesome creations like this all day. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Make sure to check out my playlists. Thanks for watching, everybody.